Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel and for another video. In this video, I will be talking about cricket, lovely cricket, but it's not so lovely for the England team. Here is why. The Ashes is more than just a cricket series. It is a historic contest that captures the imagination of two nations, England and Australia. Every couple of years, these old rivals battle for a tiny terracotta urn, a symbol of a rivalry that began way back in 1882. It represents the pinnacle of Test cricket for players and fans alike, a true test of skill, endurance, and mental fortitude. The atmosphere is always electric, whether played under the blistering Australian sun or on a green English pitch. Winning the Ashes can define a player's career, and losing it can bring a period of intense scrutiny and reflection. This series, played down under in 2025 to 2026, was no different, arriving with all the usual anticipation and hope from both sides. Before a ball was even bowled, the narrative was set. Australia were the holders of the urn, and were playing in their own familiar and often unforgiving conditions. England, meanwhile, arrived with a team that had shown promise, but often struggled to find the consistency needed to win away from home. The stage was set for a classic confrontation, with questions hanging over both squads. Could England's batters adapt to the pace and bounce of Australian wickets? Could Australia's formidable bowling attack continue its long-running dominance on home soil? The series promised drama and excitement, and it certainly delivered, though perhaps not in the way English supporters would have hoped. The result was sealed with brutal efficiency. Australia retained the Ashes by taking an unassailable 3-0 lead after just 3 test matches. The entire contest was decided in a mere 11 days of actual cricket, a statistic that speaks volumes about Australia's overwhelming superiority and England's profound struggles. It marked the 4th consecutive home Ashes series where the Australians had stormed into a 3-0 lead, establishing a pattern of dominance that has become painfully familiar for England. For the home side, it was a confirmation of their strength, while for the visitors, it was a swift and harsh reality check that exposed deep-seated issues within their red ball game. The story of the series was one of Australian ruthlessness meeting English fragility. From the very first test in Perth, the hosts seized control and never relinquished their grip. Key moments in each match swung decisively in their favor, often aided by England's mistakes at crucial junctures. Whether it was a dropped catch, a sudden batting collapse, or a moment of individual brilliance from an Australian player, the tide consistently flowed in one direction. This wasn't a closely fought battle decided by fine margins. It was a comprehensive dismantling of a visiting team that appeared out of its depth, unable to cope with the relentless pressure applied by a well-oiled Australian machine. The series began in Perth, and the tone for the entire contest was set within 2 frantic days. England had a real opportunity after bowling Australia out for a paltry 132, a rare low score for them at home. It felt like a chance for the tourists to stamp their authority on the series from the outset. However, this advantage was squandered in spectacular fashion. In their second innings, England's batting lineup disintegrated. They went from a relatively stable position of 65 for 1 to 164 all out. The most damaging period saw them lose 3 wickets for no runs in the space of just 6 deliveries, a collapse that handed all the momentum back to Australia and left them with a very gettable target. Australia's chase of 205 runs could have been a nervy affair, but Travis Head ensured it was anything but. Drafted in to open the batting due to a last-minute injury to Usman Khawaja, Head played with breathtaking aggression. He smashed a stunning 123 from only 83 balls, an innings that completely demoralized the English bowlers and led his team to a comfortable 8-wicket victory. His performance was a masterclass in counter-attacking cricket and served as the first major turning point of the series. While England were left to ponder how they had let such a promising position slip, Australia had found an unlikely hero and drawn first blood in the most emphatic way imaginable. The tour then moved to Brisbane for a day-night test at the Gabba, and England's fortunes did not improve. After winning the toss and choosing to bat, they made a solid start, thanks in large part to Joe Root, who finally scored his first Test century in Australia. At 176 for 3, things looked promising. But the dismissal of Harry Brook triggered another familiar wobble, and England could only post a total of 334. It was a respectable score, but given the good batting conditions and the start they had, it felt like they had left 100 runs out in the middle, a shortfall that would come back to haunt them. England's fielding in Australia's first innings was nothing short of disastrous, and it ultimately cost them the match. They dropped a staggering 5 catches, each one seemingly more costly than the last. Wicket-keeper Jamie Smith grasped a chance from Travis Head when he was on just 3, and Ben Duckett shelled a simple catch that would have dismissed Alex Carey for a duck. Carey went on to make a crucial 63, while Mitchell Starc, a lower-order batsman, rubbed salt in the wounds with a brilliant 77. These drop chances allowed Australia to amass a huge total of 511, securing a first innings lead of 177 and effectively batting England out of the game. Australia's 10-wicket win was a formality from there. The third test in Adelaide was England's last chance to save the series, but the match began with yet another costly error in the field. Usman Khawaja, returning to the Australian side, was dropped by Harry Brook on just 5. It was a straightforward chance that should have been taken, and Khawaja made England pay for the reprieve. He went on to score a patient and determined 82, anchoring Australia's first innings and helping them build a strong foundation. This dropped catch was emblematic of England's entire tour. Small mistakes that were consistently punished by a clinical Australian outfit, preventing the visitors from ever gaining a foothold in the contest. The match was also overshadowed by a significant technological controversy. When Alex Carey was on 72, he was given not out to a court behind appeal, which Australia reviewed. The SNICO technology, used to detect faint edges, showed a spike, but it was later revealed that the operator had accidentally used the audio from the wrong microphone, creating a phantom noise. The technology provider, BBG Sports, accepted responsibility for the embarrassing error. Carey survived and went on to score a century, pushing Australia's first innings total to a formidable 371. It was an unfortunate incident that left a sour taste and added to England's growing list of frustrations on a tour where nothing seemed to go right. Australia's captain, Pat Cummins, made his return from injury in Adelaide and immediately made his presence felt. In England's first innings, he produced a brilliant delivery to dismiss Joe Root, continuing his remarkable record against the former England captain. It was the 13th time Cummins had claimed Root's wicket in Test cricket, more than any other bowler. This key dismissal left England reeling at 71 for 4, from which they never truly recovered. Cummins' leadership and his ability to take crucial wickets at critical moments were once again instrumental in asserting Australia's dominance and putting England firmly on the back foot. The final nail in England's coffin was hammered in by Travis Head, who was enjoying a phenomenal series. He compiled his second century of the series in Australia's second innings, a magnificent 170 that took the game completely away from England. His promotion to the top of the order had proven to be a masterstroke, as his aggressive style consistently put England's bowlers under pressure from the start. His innings set England an almost impossible target of 435 to win. Despite a valiant effort, England's batters eventually succumbed to the combined pressure of Nathan Lyon's spin and the relentless seam attack, falling to an 82-run defeat that sealed the series for Australia. Ultimately, Australia retained the Ashes because they were superior in every department of the game. Their batting was powerful and decisive, led by the sensational form of Travis Head. His 2 centuries as a makeshift opener were series-defining innings, as his aggressive approach took the game away from England in Perth and Adelaide. He was ably supported by contributions throughout the order, with players like Alex Carey and Usman Khawaja making crucial runs after being given lives by England's sloppy fielding. This depth and ability to capitalize on opportunities were things England sorely lacked, as their batters struggled for consistency and failed to build significant partnerships. The Australian bowling attack was, as ever, a formidable force in home conditions. The pace trio of Pat Cummins, Mitchell Starc, and Michael Neser were relentless, offering no respite for the English batters. They bowled with pace, accuracy, and sustained pressure, which led directly to the batting collapses that plagued England in Perth and Brisbane. Captain Pat Cummins was particularly influential, not just with his leadership, but also with his knack for taking the prize wicket of Joe Root. The attack was perfectly complemented by the evergreen Nathan Lyon, whose spin provided control and a constant threat, ensuring England were never allowed to settle. In stark contrast, England's downfall can be attributed to a series of self-inflicted wounds. Their fielding was simply not up to the standard required to compete in an Ashes series in Australia. The 5 dropped catches in Brisbane were the most glaring example, turning a potentially competitive match into a one-sided defeat. These errors not only cost them runs, but also visibly drained the team's morale. Furthermore, their batting was far too brittle. Time and again, the loss of 1 wicket would trigger a major collapse, undoing any good work that had come before. This inability to withstand pressure was a fatal flaw against such a ruthless opponent. This 3-0 series victory was a powerful statement from Australia. It reaffirmed their status as a dominant force in Test cricket, particularly on home soil, and secured their hold on the Ashes for another cycle. The win highlighted the team's incredible depth, with players like Travis Head stepping up to become match winners. For England, the result was a sobering reminder of the gulf that exists between the 2 sides in Australian conditions. The series exposed fundamental weaknesses in their batting and fielding that need to be urgently addressed. As Australia celebrated keeping the urn, England were left to face a period of difficult introspection, tasked with rebuilding ahead of the next battle. Congratulations to the Australian team and commiserations to the England team, and I hope they will do better in the final Test match in a few days' time. Come on England! Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to the channel for more updates like this and to help the channel grow. Bye for now, and catch you all in the next video.